So today I'm talking about the Santa Claus 2. And honestly, I'm surprised people even call this one underrated because for me it lands about roughly the same as the first Santa Claus movie. Maybe maybe even a little bit worse. I think I gave Santa Claus 1 a 4 out of 10, but I'm sitting on 3.5, maybe a 4 for this one. I mean, it has a couple of good moments, don't get me wrong. A few funny jokes, very few. And Tim Allen still works as Santa Claus, but as a whole, oh my gosh, where to start? This movie is a mess. It's really childish, like really, really silly. And a lot of the North Pole stuff, it's just straight up very hard to sit through. It's not good. You want to basically skip through it. So, what is the movie about this time? Well, the setup this time is that Scott Calvin, played by Tim Allen, aka Santa Claus, has to get married. Yep, that's the whole premise of the movie. Now, in itself, not necessarily a bad premise. So, he needs a Mrs. Claus or he loses the Santa job. At the same time, back at the North Pole, the elves build a toy robot duplicate of Santa to, help with the work. But obviously, everything goes to shit, and for some reason, he turns into a dictator. So basically, we have plot A, Scott needs a wife, and plot B, Robot Santa is taking over the place. We have two storylines, two totally different tones, really, really weird, and it just feels like I'm watching two movies smashed together. So here's the thing. The first film wasn't exactly good. I mean, it wasn't hilarious, but it had a few moments. This one tries to go bigger and sillier, and well, when you go silly, that's when you lose me. The thing that worked for me was the actual romance between Scott and the Principal Newman. I think that was actually genuinely sweet, and they have some really good chemistry together. I like watching that. When I watch a Christmas movie, usually it's like a rom-com type of movie. I'm a sucker for that. So, yeah, I like this stuff. I mean, I have to give the movie credit where the credit is due. But, you know, that's basically where it stops for me already. So let's have a look at the comedy. The comedy, it's rough, like, ugh, cringy rough. A lot of the jokes go for really loud and goofy instead of, actually being funny. We get the reindeer, and the reindeer are a perfect example of stupid jokes. In the first movie, we have Comet, who just grunts, and that was kind of cute, I think. In this movie, they're basically doing the same thing, but we get cartoon voices and we get fart jokes. I mean, it's fun, I guess, if you're 5 years old. But, if you're older than five, then, the fart jokes, the cartoon voices, it becomes annoying real fast. And for me, it feels like they pushed it way too far. Not funny at all. And then there's the North Pole. I mean, golly, right? Every time the movie cuts back to the North Pole, it feels like I'm watching a totally different film. And it's Christmas, it's Santa Claus, so I'm looking forward to watching stuff at the North Pole. However, this movie I felt more happy when the movie was, just Tim Allen or Santa Claus just being in the real world. That's a really big problem for a Christmas movie if I don't want to watch the Christmas stuff. So every time the movie cuts back there, it feels like a totally different film. I mean, the elves are louder, even more over the top, and the whole environment feels like, some kinds of kids show theater, stuff. Just like the first one, it's silly, it's stupid. I don't know why they choose or why they chose, kids to, portray the elves. It just straight up sucks. Like, it's not good. You know, Kid actors, 9 out of 10 times, they can't act for shit. And also here. Man, just thinking about it, it just annoys the hell out of me. Like I said, I was honestly relieved when Scott started turning normal again, so we get some, grounded scenes, some normal life stuff, and I would have loved to see more of that. Yeah, so the middle section where he connects with Carol, the principal, I mean, you actually feel, something, really just a little bit, a smudge. For a moment, the movie gets a little bit emotional and real, and here and there, it actually is genuinely funny. I mean, I had to chuckle a few times, so yeah, good job there. But it never lasts because, this sequel, it just keeps dragging you back to the robot Santa storyline on the North Pole, with the giant toy soldiers that look ridiculous and they aren't even threatening. I mean, we get a final battle, quote unquote final battle, and it should have been like 5 seconds and be done with it, but it feels like it keeps going on forever. And some weird character changes as well. We have Bernard, and he's annoying as hell, but he even feels like he's a totally different elf. He's jittery and paranoid instead of dry and sarcastic. And then we have Curtis. I mean, also extremely annoying. They were going for charming. I mean, I bet that's the whole setup, but my lord, he's annoying as hell, and he gets way too much screen time. I don't know why. Should have gone with something else, someone else. And then we have Chet, the mentally fried baby reindeer. Basically, it was really stupid. Like, why? Why would they add something like that into the movie or into the franchise? I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It was, uh, it was really silly. I mean, I guess if you like the first movie, you will like this one as well. I think I didn't like the first one, so therefore, I think this one sucks as well. It's some basic Christmas comfort, but it's a movie that I would never really want to watch ever again. It has that early 2000 Disney vibe. We have Tim Allen, Elizabeth Mitchell. They do their best with what they got, and the two of them, they kind of work. But everything beyond those two, it's really really not good. What more can I say? It's not good. So yeah, for me, the Santa Claus 2, it's a sequel with a few heartfelt moments and here and there, a cute, funny joke, but buried under a lot of nonsense. The romance, like I said, it's nice and some of the jokes work, but the rest of this movie, it's pure garbage. Yeah, I said it. I didn't like this movie. Just doesn't come together. It just doesn't work. It feels like I'm watching two different movies. So for me, yeah, no, I would never recommend anyone to watch this one. Barely recommend the first movie. I think there's a third one as well. I'm watching that tomorrow, I guess. So yeah, 3.5 out of 10. Sucky movie. Wouldn't watch it ever again. But then again, that's my take on the movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you out picking a great Christmas movie. Shouldn't be this one. And let me know what you think of the movie. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.